Hello and welcome in, everyone. If this is your first time here, my name is Dexxion Dusk. I am your favorite non binary dragon. And today we are doing a quick check in with all of the signs as it pertains to your 2024. So we'll be doing a quick check in to see what the energy that you've been in during this winter season. Then we'll look to see what you can expect as the year progresses, and then a really big lesson that you are supposed to learn. I will have all three of these decks linked below so you can see what I'm working with. And yeah, let's get right to it. We're going to start with Capricorn. All right, so Cappies, we're going to start with you. So I'm going to see what energy that you've been in this winter month. My energy immediately went to my chest, so I feel like you might be having a very emotional time right now, Capricorns, or a very emotional winter. Ooh, that might be why it's emotional. Two of Cups, two of Good Cheer in this deck. Ooh, yeah, it's nothing but emotion. Six of Cups in reverse, six of Good Cheer. So, I'm getting a little bit of betrayal vibes. Capricorns, I'm feeling like a relationship did start with you. It could have been like at a winter party or some kind of social event, but I feel like some of you guys were meeting people maybe like late fall, but definitely during the winter time. And I feel like you've gotten into a situation. I'm getting two different things. Either like you got into a relationship and there was like something wasn't honest about it, something wasn't truthful. Maybe they expected more of you than they really let on, like when you guys were first talking. Expectations that like weren't fully said or stated. But others of you, I feel like it's more about a community. Like you met one person and then you met either like their family or like their group of friends, and you're like, oh, you guys are shit. And that's kind of thrown a monkey wrench into this relationship. Now, this could be vice versa, just because of how energy feels. So this could be how someone feels about you, Capricorn. So just keep that in mind. In between the 2 and the 6 is the 4. So we do have a 4 of Cups energy here. I do feel like a lot of your guides have been trying to give you messages or have been trying to give you like a heads up, like, hey, warning, warning, I'm seeing a lot of red stop signs, or, like the hourglass on a like Black Widow, that's danger. And some of you have kind of been like either overlooking it, or you were so enamored with this person that you were like, oh, whatever. And yeah, now it's coming time to be like, oh damn, shit's getting real. Oh, Capricorns. All right, so what's something that you can look forward to this year? Okay, we already established where we're at. What can Capricorns... That was a lot of cards. Can I have less cards? Can I have one card? How about one? You might have a lot to look forward to, Capricorns, with all of those cards coming out. There could be... this could be just a very exciting year. Very eventful. Eventful is the correct term. Okay, Capricorns. Can I have a card for Capricorns 2024? Okay. Ooh, we have the Empress. We have the Empress. So you are going to... Oh, okay. So Capricorns, if you've been in this kind of situation where like you got into something and then the vibes were off, basically, you are going to find the correct energy inside of yourself. If you face any kind of like opposition or like adversity, especially like when it comes to, again, friend groups, co-workers, family even, that's just going to push you deeper inside of yourself and help you find your own truth. I feel like you are a very abundant person. Maybe, you know, everywhere that you're at, you know, good things start to happen. You know, you move into a house and then, like the first week is, or like the first month rent is free because they messed up on your paperwork. Or, you know, you go to work and then, you know, like everyone gets free donuts. I just feel like either you are naturally, you have a very positive, good energy around you, or that is going to be strengthening this year for you, Capricorn. Seeing if there's anything else. Yeah, okay. So with this being Sue Storm, and she makes barriers, right? With all of this good energy, it's going to be important for you to be able to facilitate your own energy and be able to protect it from um, bad intentions. I feel like this lesson right here is to teach you like what energies you're supposed to be around and like who's supposed to be sharing in that energy. I am a Capricorn moon, and I definitely like that was like my whole lesson last year. So if you are just now going through this, Capricorns, I feel you. You know, I've been there multiple times. But you can absolutely get through it. Okay. And again, you're just going to come out so much stronger. Sue Storm, actually, I just learned, is like one of the strongest people in the Marvel universe. She just whoops ass. So just know that, like, if you don't see that inside of yourself right now, you have a great potential to grow into this. All right. So I'm going to pull the last card. I am fairly new with this deck. So I might, but I know this card. The Sun. Yeah, a lot about your like your identity, your ego, but like in a good way, is being highlighted here, Capricorn. This could be a year that like your first house is really being hit. Or like wherever your sun is, like in your houses. Maybe you have like your sun in the 8th house. But like wherever that is, like it feels like your identity is being put on like, yes, on blast, but like it's like someone turns on the light inside of you. And it kind of like not only like fills you up with like knowing, with purpose. I heard purpose like really loud and it's on the card. But also like I just feel like good energy filling you up from the inside out. So like your cup is literally pouring over. You can okay, like they were like you can be a little bit of a like overload to people, so people might like, you might get around people and be like, oh, why are you so much, or like your energy's a lot. Oh. or even like you're shining, like you're glowing. Those are all going to be results of you doing this work, okay, Capricorn. One last thing with this particular sun card, you might also be directed into your quote unquote purpose or your destiny. It's the thing that you're supposed to do that lights up your soul. So sometimes your purpose can be as simple as like reading books. Your soul loves to read books. It was made, it was created, it came down to earth just to read and to get lost in stories. And that truly is your purpose, okay? You don't have to save the world. You don't have to be something to someone else. It's just what really lights you up and really fills you up. And I feel like standing in your knowing, standing in who you are, that's part of that purpose. There's something else to it too. I feel like you have to figure out that part, but it's something about your container, or it's something about like who you are. I can't quite put it into words. And again, I don't feel like I'm supposed to, but yes. All right, Capricorns. So thank you so much for letting me read you. I hope this helped. If this resonated for you, you can definitely leave me a comment. And if you wanted something personal, you can go over to my website, DexxionDusk.com. Bye. Okay, Aquarius. We are starting with your winter cards. You might be singing a lot right now, Aquarius. I know that and I'm a Aquarius sun, I've been really connecting with a lot of music, especially music from like my childhood. There's a particular year that keeps coming up, so I guess if those numbers come up, I'll say more. All of your cards. Oh, wow. Okay. Four of Candles. Yes, in reverse. Okay. I was going to say Aquarius. The word messy came to mind. And I was like, ooh, is it like messy energy? Like, are you being messy? But I feel like there's some kind of messy situation going on. And it could be at a family gathering. Four of Candles, Four of Wands is usually like the wedding card or the wedding party card. At least to me, it always talks about people coming together. Now, it's either people coming together to fight or it's coming to celebrate. And right now it feels like the girls are fighting. It's like a fight at the wedding, a fight at the, the Christmas dinner, a fight at the New Year's party. There's some kind of altercation happening. I feel like I don't feel like a lot of you guys are in the actual fight or in the actual conflict, but I do feel like you're in the room. I do feel like you're very much in the midst of the energy. What I want to say is like they showed me like almost like a food fight, and I wanted to say like don't get hit by anything being thrown. That can be both physically and spiritually. Aquariuses. There could be people like either like throwing hexes or throwing curses, especially if this is happening like in a spiritual community. Like there's been some kind of big argument or big falling out in a circle, in a coven, in a community. Really stay clear of anyone that is having spiritual warfare, okay? Because you can catch a stray, right? A hex can be aimed at someone and it blows up, their whole entire neighborhood. Not literally, but hey. So yeah, really make sure that you are aware of who you're around, and if there's any kind of conflicts, just be very mindful of those conflicts, okay? So that's the energy you've been in. So something that you can look forward to this 2023 is, I guess I'm taking up both. You have the Seven of Wands. Ooh, really standing your own. I feel like this is good. I'm going to wait on this one. I feel like this is really good, Aquarius, because I again was getting this sense that like you need to protect yourself. You need to be able to really like hold your ground in all of this shifting chaotic energy, and it feels like you are. You might also be harnessing it with this being like Thor. You might be able to maybe you guys are empaths, maybe you guys are like energy workers, but you might be able to focus it or notice that you can like shift like the mood or shift like the energy in the room. But like more specifically, it feels like you're putting this energy into something. So like maybe you guys create something, like you write or you sing or you build or paint or draw something while utilizing this energy. For others of you, I see you outside jogging or like running. Someone has a black hoodie and some green shorts. Yes, because I see it very vividly. So yes, you might be able to utilize this energy, but like regardless of it, you're not being swayed by it. And you have the the Seven of Wands and the Two of Wands. This is going to be a very fiery year. This year might actually feel like it goes by very quickly for you, or like relatively quickly. You were like, wow, damn, it's already July. Two of Wands in reverse. I keep wanting to read this as like the Two of Swords for some reason. There could be a decision or a choice that you keep putting off, Aquarius, this year. Something that you don't want to face, something that is either really throwing off like your mental game or like really messing up your heart and mind balance. And there's this tendency just to kind of put it by the side or to like procrastinate. I will say whatever decision needs to be made, go ahead and make it. And even between the seven, like the 7 and the 2 is another 5. Is the 5 of Wands. You have nothing but fire this year. There's a lot of fiery energy. 5 of Wands is like the literal fighting card. So I do feel like you will have to face a lot this year, Aquarius, like whether it be like opposition or, you know, obstacles, in the human form, physical realm, spiritual realm. Like there's going to be a lot thrown at you. The more that you can stand in this energy, in this 7 of Wands energy, it's going to make this decision making so much easier. But don't let this become a hindrance. Don't feel like you have to stay here, especially if that hinders your choice making. Okay? A lot of fighting, a lot of arguing. Just be cautious this year, all right? Ooh, all right. So what is a lesson for Aquarius? Are you getting 2? Okay. So you got 2. The first one is the nodes of the moon. Release, clear, and align. And the second one is Lilith. Dark divine mother of creation. So it feels like you are really stepping into your power. It honestly feels like with the nodes of the moon, this year you can really utilize like the phases of the moons. I kept wanting to say positions. The phases of the moon to do certain rituals or to really progress yourself spiritually. So if you want to use like a crescent moon to cleanse your house, or a full moon to do like a past life ritual, and a noon moon to set your intentions. I really spitballed there. I would really research the phases of the moon like before you do anything, but utilize that to really set yourself up spiritually so that you have like a forward momentum. Okay. And then with Lilith here, she's all about like standing in who you are, being powerful, not bowing down to abuse of power, to controlling entities, that you don't have to limit yourself. You don't have to make yourself smaller. You can be all of who you are. The light in the dark. Okay. And this year, I feel like you're going to have a time where like your ego and your shadow really merge and come together, Aquarius. I'm feeling like a unity like inside of self, and that might be why you need to release and purge certain things so that you can come back into alliance. I don't feel like it's with like anything outside of yourself. I feel like it's more like with you. It's coming into balance with you, with yourself, with your energy. Capricorn got like a similar message there. But yeah, yours is more like really, really standing in your power. And also with like Lilith being a mother of creation, how I was saying earlier, how you can utilize that energy and transform it into something. I feel like whatever that is, it's going to be very powerful. And it's also going to help you tap into your subconscious so you can kind of start to see the subtle energies in your life, and again, how you can utilize those. That's another reason why working with the moon would be so important for you. Okay. But that is all that I'm saying for Aquarius. Thank you so much for letting me read you. If you resonated, be sure to leave me a comment, or you can get a personal reading over on my website, DexxionDust.com. Bye. Okay. So Pisces, why are there cards up? Pisces, you might be dealing with loss this winter, either like the loss of a loved one, of a job, of a certain opportunity. I do feel a bit of a pang there in my chest. That flew out. Jesus. All right. You have the Page of Candles. So despite this loss, that I was feeling earlier, you are very set into diving into your creativity, diving into your passion and your joy, the things that really that you want to go after, or that really light you up doing. You guys might be working with like the element of fire a lot, either lighting candles or doing burning rituals. You could also be working with light as well, but I definitely get fire. And if you haven't been, Pisces, like working with fire, I feel like this is a good opportunity. They literally said the word opportunity. Okay. So getting energized, getting motivated. You might be the person that like everyone else is like, oh, it's winter, and you're like, yeah, let's go. You're that kid in the morning that everyone's like, why do you have so much energy? Calm down. I feel like a lot of people might be viewing you as that Pisces right now. So next I'm going to look and see what this 2024 with this new year has in store for you. Okay, you got the Emperor and the Two of Cups in reverse. Interesting, because who got the Empress? Did Capricorn get the Empress? I think Capricorn got Empress. So you and Capricorn, might be a thing. You might be a Pisces. You might run into a Capricorn and you be like, I'm seeing this two different ways. Pisces, number one, since you guys are like one of the most spiritual signs just naturally, I feel like some of you might be getting into relationships or getting into bonds where you're reliving like a past relationship from like a past life. Either someone is being sent to you again, or someone might even be on the other side still connected to you. I do feel like some of you have like a cord or a connection still tied to someone on the other side, someone that you were like romantically in love with. So if that's ever been a thing for you, or you've ever been giving those vibes, even if you felt like, is this person still around? Why are all of my relationships going, hey, like to the left? Well, it's because they're still hanging on. I feel like, however, this relationship is coming about, it is teaching you how to be your own emperor, how to facilitate something that you want to grow and you want to prosper. You putting in a solid structure, you putting in work, you being disciplined, you being dependable, you being, a good leader. I got the sense that some of you might be like starting a family or like stepping into a family. Maybe you are like the stepdad or the step parent. the bonus parent, like something like that. But I feel like there was something established before that you're entering. Maybe some of you are like also entering into like polyamory as well, but you're being thrust into this like leadership role model, um like position, this spot where people are looking up to you, or you have like a strong say over how something goes. Interesting. Okay. So some strong relationships, some strong relationship stuff here. So what is a lesson for Pisces this year? It was in reverse. Black Moon, Lilith, and Capricorn. Was I not just talking about? Was I not just talking about Capricorn? Yes, Pisces. So some of you might be like literally getting with a Capricorn, or this might be like happening with a Capricorn. Maybe the child's a Capricorn. Maybe the ex is a Capricorn. Capricorn. It's somewhere, okay? Elevated status to me, again, points to like you being put into some position. For some of you, you might be like being married into, a family that owns businesses or has some kind of like a status like dukes or princesses or I don't know. But it definitely has that feel to it that like, oh, now I'm being thrust into this new world. I'm being thrust into this new situation. All I would say is do whatever you can to stay connected to yourself, to stay connected to this childlike page of candles energy, really knowing like what you're passionate about and not giving that up. I feel like there is a potential for some of you to kind of turn cold this year because of this position or because of this new world. Maybe you feel cut off. Maybe you feel like you don't have, your safety net or your comfort zone as you once did. I'm just going to say stick to your passions. Keep a hold of your passions, because that's a part of who you truly are, your truth inside of yourself. Okay? Cool. That is all that I'm seeing for you, Pisces. Thank you for letting me read you. If you would like a personal reading, you can go over to my website, DexxionDust.com. And if this resonated, you can leave me a comment. All right? Bye. Okay, Aries. My jaw is going numb a little bit. Haven't quite had that ever happen yet. So Aries, you guys might be having some jaw or facial or tooth problems that you're currently dealing with. This can also be something that you're like a truth or a knowledge that you're holding on to, and it's literally acting like a cavity. Like the longer you hold on to it, the more that it's causing you pain. So, not even pulling cards yet, but Aries, some of you might have a truth that you need to speak, and speak quickly, so it doesn't keep affecting you. Okay, so yeah, 6 of gifts, which is the 6 of coins, and the 8 of canes in reverse. Yeah, there's number one, Aries, I feel like you guys are despite being viewed as a hardhead, you guys can be very compassionate and very giving to others. I feel like there's been something that maybe you've needed to work on your boundaries. but there's been some kind of like limiting thought that you've had around like exchanging with others. Maybe you felt like you couldn't ask for help. Maybe you felt like you've always had to give and you couldn't receive. Um, it's very easy for you to give compliments to other people, but it's like you always get weird and like fidgety when people like compliment your dress or like your outfit or where like what you've been doing. You're getting out of your way on that one. Like you're definitely getting out of your own way. All of the body aches too. If you've been having headaches, if you've been having a lot of like mental pressure, I feel like it's because you've been in that limited, stuck mental space. But as you alleviate, as you kind of move out of that space, after like as you see, no, I can give and receive, no, I can have balanced relationships with other people when it comes to finances or like when it comes to materials. um it's really helping out like your whole entire system, which is good. Great, Aries, good for you. All right, so what is 2024 has in store for you? Wow, I keep saying 2023. 2024. You have, ooh, the 8 of coins. A lot of coins. Okay, so this could be a year where your finances are absolutely doing backflips. All right. 8 of coins is really honing like your gifts, really honing your skill craft, whatever that may be. Maybe you are, like someone's a sewer. I definitely got that. Like one of y'all just be sewing or knitting down. If that is you, then I definitely feel like you should set time this year to really hone like your skills or like to make some like really great things, because that can absolutely pay off for you. um payoff is the word that keeps coming out. There's a lot of good fortune, good energy, light energy that's in the works like for you, Aries. It's because of like the work that you've been doing both on yourself and how you open up to others. And the more that you work on, like whatever your craft is, the greater that reward is going to be. But it's all dependent on how much work you do, how much time like you're willing to really big yourself up. I'm also going to point out that this is Black Widow, and I talked about a Black Widow in it for a previous sign. So if you're watching that and then watching this, that's just extra confirmation for you. I don't even fully like remember that message. So I can't even direct you. It was one of the previous signs. So anywho, what is a lesson this year for Aries? I feel like laughing joy is going to be one of your big lessons. I saw a woman, very light-skinned, like heavier set, like woman laughing, just laughing. Black Moon Lilith in Virgo, release perfectionism. Okay, release perfectionism. And then Black Moon in Aquarius, honor your individuality. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of this, Aries, is you trying to be perfect or you trying to like present yourself in a certain way. And that could be again tied to this 8 of Canes. This is all stuff that you've been trying to work out. Okay, so you're already on the right path, Aries. Really, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so stringent. Don't be so strict in what you have to do, what you have to appear as, what you you know, how others perceive you. Let all of that go. Let all of that go this year and really find out who you are individually. Okay? And stand like 10 toes down on that. Don't let anyone else define you. Don't feel like you need to put yourself on a pedestal. You are a human. You are unique and you are beautiful in your own right. And if other people feel like you need to do X, Y, and Z to state that, to present yourself in that way, then that's other people's like opinions. That's other people's like perceptions. That does not have to be yours. You can find your own way in being and really settling into like who you are as a person. Okay? I feel like a lot of you like really spending time in front of the mirror and just breathing and just maybe saying healing mantras or encouraging messages, singing to yourself in the mirror, dancing in front of the mirror. You know, I feel like you guys are going to really become friends with yourself. It's kind of like this feeling of like having your head hit the pillow. That's what the relationship with yourself is going to look like after you do this work this year, Aries. Beautiful. A lot of self-improvement. But that is all that I'm seeing for you right now, Aries. Thank you so much for letting me read you. If this resonated at all, definitely leave me a message down below. And if you would like a personal reading, you can head over to my website, DexxionDusk.com. Bye, sister. Sister. Oh my gosh, I went, side note, I went and saw The Color Purple, the new one. Amazing. Amazing. Anyway, Taurus, coming back to you. This is your reading. I'm going to look and see what energy you've been in this winter. What energy has Taurus been in? Currently is in this winter season. Oh, I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but hey. Oh, Ace of Gifts. You've been receiving, Taurus. And that would, you know, would fit with your sign, with luxury. I feel like there's been a lot of Amazon boxes at your door. I feel like a lot of you guys have either been, you know, making your own purchases or, you know, like receiving a lot of gifts. And it, again, it feels very like, it feels very like materialistic. It is happening in the physical realm. So this is money, cars. This could be job opportunities. This could be, you know, bonuses, especially like surprise bonuses, like from your job. But I feel like it's something in the material, physical plane, and it's not necessarily bad. I'm seeing it like a lot of bright colors. So I don't feel like you are like a hoarder, or I don't feel like you're overdoing it at all. I actually feel like this might be a result of like a shift in your energy. Show me snow on a tree. Some of you might be, Taurus, might be shaking people off, might be getting people off of your roster, they said, actually. But you're getting this weight off of your limbs so you can brighten up, so you can be more joyful. Taurus, it also feels like some of you might be like breaking up or like kicking someone out of the house. And just that kind of like, leave, get out. Right now is the end of you and me. But in doing that, you know, you receive some kind of gift, or you have all of this extra space now that you can turn into like, you know, a second closet, or like a workout room, or a sewing room, or like a magical, like esoteric room. You know, you can, there's so much space for opportunities, for activities. Oh, okay. So yes. Not trying to be all up in your business like Taurus, but that's what I got. So what can you look forward to this year? I keep seeing faces of people. Ooh, the Hermit. You're gonna be inside the house. Inside the house, minding your own business. I feel like you, yeah, that might be where all of this brightness comes from. Um, it feels like you're like this is coming out of like a very social time where you were very much um the term rip and running the streets. You're ripping and running the streets came to mind. But you were really out here, you know, being social, hanging out with people, visiting people, you know, being in like all of these other spaces. And now it's time to come home. Now it's time to just be inside of your home. And might be another reason why these gifts are so precious or so special, because you're beautifying like your own space, so that when you do take this time to really hermit, to really do some inner work and some inner journeying, you're surrounded by this joy and this light, which is wonderful. I feel like that's exactly where you need to be. This is going to be a very introspective year. This is going to be a year where you can build a really strong relationship with your guides, with your Most High, with your guardian angel, all of that. Okay, like whatever your like, however your spirituality, like religion, is set up, you can really do work on that. Seeing if there's anything else. You might need to also like consciously tune out the world, especially this year. Whether it's like during the election, or you know, some other crazy stuff happens in the news or social media. You know, people, you can go from like the happiest story to some craziest shit in like 0.5 seconds on social media. So you might need to really establish like a barrier so that that energy does not corrupt this space that you're trying to facilitate. So what is a big lesson for Taurus this year? What is a big lesson for Taurus? You have Mercury. Communication and truth. This was in reverse. So I'm going to say the times that Mercury is in retrograde this year are going to be times where they're going to be extra significant. I feel like they're going to add to your like this hermit energy. Like there's going to be times where, again, outward communication, outward like progression is going to be a little bit more difficult. A little bit more difficult. So it's easier for you to go within, to review. This is also going to be like a really big year of like speaking from the heart, speaking your truth. And I literally say that as I have my hand over my heart. A lot of you, you might have struggled with like putting things into words, or like, you know, getting the right description to really convey what you're feeling inside. And I feel like this is the year where you're going, like it's going to come up and come out. I literally feel like something coming out of my heart into my mouth, and like coming out of my mouth. I genuinely feel like if you guys have ever been like, if there's been like a emotional situation that you went through previously that you couldn't put into words or you couldn't talk about, this is the year that you're going to talk about it. For others of you, I'm actually getting like children's books. You might be writing like for children, or maybe that's something that you're thinking of doing it. Especially if it comes from the heart, absolutely do it. Because I feel like there's some child that needs to hear your story, or needs to hear like whatever you need to share. That last part is for someone very specific. But if it resonates, it resonates, okay? But there's a child that needs to hear your truth. All right? Whoa, that got real deep, Taurus. Thank you so much for letting me read you. If this resonated at all, definitely let me know in the comments. And if you want a personal reading, you can hit me up on my website, DexxionDusk.com. Bye. All right, Gemini. So we're going to be pulling your cards next. Came out quickly. Ooh, Mistletoe, the Lovers. Okay, Gemini. So you got your card. First of all, so you've been very much in your own element. I see this more about like you being in like the Gemini energy. So either working with both like the light and dark, or seeing a wide spectrum of truth in something. For others of you, you have been really studying, really researching, or getting lost in books or research or just knowledge, just obtaining that. I feel knowledge very heavily for you. Maybe you're going back to school, or maybe you're like, if you're a business person, maybe you're doing a lot of like FAQ sheets, or setting up a website or something like that. But it's a lot of information gathering. Others of you might be like spiritual, so maybe you're in the spiritual space, really pulling cards and really gathering information. Now, since this is the Lovers, Mistletoe, there is obvious chance that you guys are in relationships, but I feel like this isn't talking too much about that. Your relationships can be impacted by the knowledge that you are gaining, but I feel like the relationship love part of it is taking a backseat to this very Gemini, like mercurial energy. Okay, almost pulled you another card from that. Okay, Gemini, so that's the energy you've been in. Let's see what 2024 is going to bring for you. What is 2024 going to bring for Gemini? That turned over in my hand. It's always interesting when cards do that, and then it's lost in the deck. If it pokes out again, okay, I swear something. Oh, I just saw it, yeah. Huh. So, wow, and it's the Lovers again. Wow, Gemini, okay. So definitely, this is your year. Your year to absolutely really come into your full Gemini-ness. And that's been a theme, I guess, like with all of the signs so far. Like it feels like everyone is kind of stepping up into their role, is the term that they actually use, like the spirits use. Like they said, everyone's stepping into their role, their purpose. Purpose is secondary. Anyway, so you have the Lovers upright and the Lovers in reverse. So just reading this plainly, this could be why some of your relationships are not in the forefront, because some of them are crumbling. I see it as like a faulty foundation. So some of you have started relationships under like false pretenses, or you didn't fully know the person. Maybe it was a quick quick courting, and now you guys are dating, and then, oh damn, I didn't know your mom was a Scientologist. I didn't know your father thinks that trees are, I don't know, demons. I don't know. But it's like, oh damn, like it was something not established from the very beginning. Even if it's like your boundaries, even if it's like your ethics and morals, those things weren't stated at the beginning. So now it's starting to crumble from under. So on the surface, everything might look good, but and this doesn't have to be romantic. It could be, I mean, for a lot of you, it is going to be romantic, they just said. But this can also be in your family. This could be like with your friends. And this could also be vice versa too, like maybe you're like a spiritual person. Maybe you are into tarot and your significant other doesn't know that, or didn't know that prior to you guys getting together. And they're like, oh, well, like, you know what I mean? So definitely something like that. When the Lovers first came out too, Gemini, I also felt like you're going to, it has something to do with like your inner self. And again, this is a repeat message for like multiple signs, but coming into union like with your shadow, I feel like there's something, they said significant, but there's a part of you that you haven't been fully in union with, in harmony with, like inside of yourself. In harmony is like the word. it almost feels like there was like a barrier, or like for some of you, I'm seeing like a pearl. So kind of like how the oyster covers these external things in this mucus and it turns into pearls. Some of you have done that, but like you haven't, it's not words. Like, what am I trying to say? With pearls, right? Like they're valuable, like they're beautiful. They help other people. Even if you look at, I don't know, I'm thinking of like the color purple, right? And everything that Celie went through, she was able to pearlerize that, like those experience, and channel that into her business. And that's why her business was so booming, because she was able to make so much honey out of the shit that she was given. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but it feels like this is a good year for you to transmutate any hurt, any pain, any drama, even if it's in the relationship, like with an external person, or like within yourself, especially if you're still dealing with something from the past. Like, this is your year to really turn that into a pearl, to turn that into something useful, like for you, for someone else, like for your community, like good for your ancestors. However you utilize this, it can be it can be used for the better. Long way to say that, Gemini. Jeez, okay. So I'm going to pull you a card. So what is going to be an additional message or lesson for you this year? Again, all of the decks I'm using are linked below. All the decks I'm using is linked below. Ooh, Mary Magdalene, Divine Loyal Goddess. I actually feel really urged to just read this one. This is a fairly new deck, so I don't know them all by heart. Okay, Divine Loyal Goddess. I might not read the whole thing, just part of it. Okay. Mary Magdalene is venerated in modern day as a biblical deity for her loyalty to Jesus and deeply spiritual understanding she had of his teachings. When this oracle appears, loyalty and understanding from others is coming into your life. Relationships are a delicate art of balance, respect, and honesty, and you are now realizing the importance of choosing the right people in your life. You are responsible for anyone and anything that is draining you. Now is the time for you to take responsibility for the people, places, and things in your life in order to make a difference. Mary Magdalene is here to teach you that you must fill yourself up first before you can give. Be discerning about who you give your devotion to. The Mary Magdalene Oracle card is about ending any rifts, strifes, or discord you've been experiencing with others. She was reminding you that loyalty should only be given to those you trust. Okay. And her big message at the end, it's important to heal and practice balance in your devotion. Your radical self-love will allow you to help and give to others. So yeah, it feels like, Gemini, why the relationships are taking a background and why some things are falling apart is so that you can move back more fully into this space of self-love, and that'll really show you like where you're supposed to be, And again, another repeat message. Geminis, you are very mutable, and you can have a way of being walked over or being overruled. So this is really helping you to really stick your ground, to really know who you are, to make sure that you have all the love and loyalty for yourself, so that you know who to give it to, or like who needs to be in your presence. Okay. So that is all that I'm seeing for you, Gemini. Good luck. Okay. If this resonated, be sure to leave me a little comment, or you can book a personal reading, Jesus, on my website, DexxionDust.com. Bye. All right, so let's see what your energy right now is, Cancer. See what the winter has going on for you. That was a lot of cards. I felt it too. There might be a lot of things happening this winter, Cancer, for you. It might be very eventful. Ooh, Knight of Good Cheer. Okay, so there definitely has been a lot of movement here. What I wanted to say, Cancer, is that right now you might be making a lot of moves or doing a lot of things to bring cheer to other people's lives. Like whether that be like maybe you went caroling over the holidays, or you know, you donated or you made food for the less fortunate. It feels like you are definitely putting yourself out there, like you're giving a lot to others. Be careful, because I kind of feel like you might be a little tired maybe after the holidays, or like right now, like maybe you're like really fatigued, like really drained, like you don't have any energy. It might be because you were giving out a little bit too much, you know. But I definitely feel like your heart's in the right place. Like you're not doing this for ill intentions, which is good. So I didn't even get to ask the question. Eight of Wands. Ooh, and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Eight of Wands and the Seven of Cups in reverse, and what this year will bring to you, Cancer. So first things first, with the Eight of Wands being upright, there's not going to be a lot of physical obstacles in your way. Right, this could be good karma from like what you've been doing like this holiday season, helping others, you know, being a positive influence. And now that's coming back around to be like, okay, now your path is clear. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You don't have a lot of oppositions. And if those things do happen to you, again, because it happens to all of us, you're going to move through it very easily. They actually just said sail. You're going to sail through it. Maybe you guys are taking like a trip on the water or something like that. But in reverse, over here we have the Seven of Cups with, I think, like this is like the Darkhold, if I'm not mistaken. Be careful of your, not quite desires, like what's a good word, of you wanting something and that something either not being good for you, or the way that you go about it not being in line with your morals and ethics. Seven of Cups in reverse to me talks about like having a lot of options and then choosing something that's not going to benefit you. So you choose an addiction, or you choose stringent people, or you know, you read a book, or I mean, I don't think reading's ever really bad, but you know, like maybe it's a Darkhold, like you read some like forbidden book and it like corrupts your whole entire like persona. Now you're like the Scarlet Witch in the multiverse of madness, just out here capping on people. So I mean, capping people, not capping on people. Anyway. Regardless, it feels like the only thing that might set you back this year, Cancer, is your own choices and your own actions. Like they made sure to say actions. So make sure that you are staying in this same integrity. You're staying in this same want to be positive for others while still taking care of yourself. And just evaluate any like business deals or any gifts just seemingly that come out of nowhere, and really make sure that you're using your discernment, okay? Because there might be something that tries to trip you up. I'm gonna ask for one card for Cancer for this lesson, something for you to learn. Ooh, you have Ashira, Mother of the Gods. Ooh, I really like this deck. I'm gonna have to sit with it and use it a little bit more off of stream. Obviously she is. I don't know anything about this lady, so I'm just going to read a little bit. Oh, it's not that long. Okay, Cancer. All right. Ashira, Mother of Gods. Ashira was the ancient divine feminine goddess, Mother of the Gods, whom the ancients worship as the Queen of Heaven. When her oracle card shows up in a reading, consider matters involving the mother, home, and your family tree. Not everyone has a nurturing and healthy experience with maternal energy in their life. So if this applies, the shadows around this can feel difficult. Issues of fertility in children can arise. It's time to face what has been hiding beneath the surface. You also can be changing your home, renovating, or taking part in ancestral healing through a spiritual modality. Okay. Ashera was an ancient Semitic goddess who was the queen consort of the supreme god El and fertile mother of 70 gods. She was worshipped along El, but ultimately her presence led to suppression when patriarchally based monoliths took hold. Ashera is another example of how powerful dark feminine figures have been demonized by male-dominated religious patriarchy. She was considered evil, a false god that one should not worship for fear of punishment. Men were supposed to lead the church while women as subservient and silent. Even the demonized Queen Jezebel worshipped Ashera, having dedicating pagan ritual. I'll read that again. Even the demonized Queen Jezebel worshipped Ashera, having dedicated pagan rituals and ceremonies to the queen goddess. Not only was she a goddess and deity, but Ashera was also the name of sacred ceremonial poles and trees used on ancient pagan altars. It is theorized that they were used to worship and venerate the goddess. These Ashera poles typically used in pagan practices, but were later banned and demonized by the religious patriarchy. Nurture yourself, heal, and tap into the wisdom of the supreme goddess. Honestly, I feel like that's just an added bonus. Some of you might have like motherly guides around you. It could be Ashera, it could be Hathor, it could be Mary, like Mother Mary. I mean, like there's plenty. Hera. Y'all have fun with Hera. But regardless of it, I just feel like there's a very motherly energy around you. Mothers are usually, like mother deities, like mother spirits are usually very giving, very nurturing, but they're also great at discernment. They're great for telling it how it is, for pointing stuff out, getting right to the chase. Okay. So if you are ever in that position where you need to choose, like you have all of these opportunities at your feet and you don't know which one, definitely ask like your guardian mothers. Again, that could be your spirit guide, that could be a deity, like that can even be your ancestors. Even if your mother is still living, okay, you do have ancestors, great grandmothers, whatever, on the other side that can assist you, okay? So that is it that I'm seeing for you, Cancer. Thank you so much for letting me read you. If you would like to leave a comment, you can. If you want a personal reading, DexxionDusk.com. Bye. All right, Leo. Leo's, first of all, I've seen nothing but the sun since I've said your name. There is a lot of warmth, so maybe you guys are having like a lot of joyous days. Maybe you're spending your time in the sun, even though it's cold as balls outside. Soaking up like that little bit of warmth like we get during the winter. I also felt like it felt like someone like took their finger and just went down like the bridge of my nose like that. So that could be like you guys having like a third eye awakening. Some of you guys might be feeling a lot of like lightheaded or might be like experiencing headaches. Those can be signs of your awakening. So, all right, Leo, let's see what else the winter has brought to you. What has the winter been like for Leo right now? Where's their current energy? Ooh, death. Yeah. Death in reverse. Death definitely in reverse. And this is, I think, like, this is the one from Scrooge. Like, this is the Ghost of Future. It's been a while since I've watched those movies. But death in reverse to me usually signals to some kind of like inner transformation, where death upright is like a big outer change, things coming to an end, things being transformed. But when it's in reverse, it means it's happening on the inside. Sometimes in this position, like this can also point to stagnancy, like you're fighting some kind of change or like metamorphosis, but I'm not quite feeling that for you, Leo. There is a like inner shift happening, and maybe you do have a guide or an ancestor or a, you know, someone that touch is very activating for you. I kept wanting to say initiating. Definitely some kind of shift here. Let's see what 2024 is about to bring to you, okay? Like, why is this happening? You have the Ace of Coins. So, Leo, I'm going to say, both with this particular death card and then the Ace of Coins in reverse here, this is a year for you to really mind your business. And I'm not saying like not be nosy. I'm talking about like if you have like a literal business, or you have some job that you really care to keep, I would really make sure that you're putting in your time and effort into that, and not just like from a business standpoint, but also put your heart. The thing that and it's funny that this card like reminding me of Scrooge, right? Because he was a shady businessman. He was really cruel. And that whole entire story like was to show him how his evilness, how his actions were impacting those around him, right? And then the ultimate cost of like what would happen if he was like to leave. I just get the sense that like either, and I'm not saying like you're like evil, like you're bad, like you're mean, or like anything like that, but there's something there. Either like you have like a shady business partner, like maybe your boss is the dick, and this is a year for you to like step out on your own. There's something there. Ace of Coins, it like in reverse is literally talking about a loss or like a missed opportunity. You know what, Leo? Since I want to know, can I have one clarifier for the Ace of Coins? Thank you. They really gave me, yeah, the Moon card. Interesting. The Moon card being the unseen, the unknown, the hidden things being a lot scarier than they actually are. So I'm getting two different messages. One, for sure, is that this year, as it progresses, if you guys, you know, are in some kind of shitty situation or environment and you decide to go off on your own, you might face like an initial loss in like revenue or income, but don't let that fear stop you from moving forward. You might have a tendency to like really freak out and be like, oh my god, no one's booking a session with me, or like, how are people gonna know that like I'm leaving this big law firm and starting my own private practice? Like, how am I ever going to like make the bills? You will, okay? Do not let the obstacles, do not let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. I know that's a very tired saying, okay? But it definitely fits here. With death in the moon, there's a lot of, they said secrets, like there's a lot of hidden things happening underneath the surface. So the other thing I wanted to say is that if you do have a missed opportunity, or you know your job comes to an end, you're on your own, like whatever happens, those small misfortunes are going to work out in your favor, because you're going to see later that was spirit, like that was your guides really protecting you from something. Okay, a lot of business, a lot of material world stuff, like for you Leos. So I'm just gonna see what is the overall message, what's the overall lesson that you are learning here today. Separation, division, and integration. Yeah, some of you guys are definitely going to be stepping away from some type of established relationship, and I feel like that is in the material world. So again, business partners, bosses, co-workers, employees, you know, you are really separating yourself in order to build something more sustainable, something that's more aligned with your own energy. I feel like a lot of you have like been working for other people, and it's been rubbing you the wrong way. Like you've been wanting to be your own boss, but you've been second guessing it, or again that fear of like, how am I going to make this work? Where's the money going to come from? Blah, 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 blah. That's been holding you back, and it's time to step out on your own. Okay, Leos, good luck. That's all that I'm seeing for you right now. If this resonated, definitely let me know in the comments. And if like you're already going through this, you know, and you would like to share, I'm nosy, let me know. And if you would like a private personal reading with me, you can go over to my website, DexxionDusk.com. Bye. What is that? Virgo, there's like a little bit of calmness / numbness that just kind of moved through my left side. Oh, okay, and your cards exploded. There's definitely a lot of energy with you, Virgo. You guys might have a particular guide that is good for like calming down your energy, good for like bringing you peace. If you guys are ever upset and you're like about to pop off, about to slap someone in the face, and you just breathe in and breathe it out, and you're like, girl, it's okay, I'm good, and it just takes it all away from you, I feel like that's your guide. Absolutely. All right, so what is the energy of winter for Virgo? What does the winter have in store? What has the winter been like for Virgo? 10 of Candles. 10 of Candles. That might be why you have this little bit of calmness being sent to you, Virgo, because you do have a lot of stress. 10 of Candles, like 10 of Wands, often talks about like hard work, about carrying an oversized load on your diminishing back. Some of you, this could have to do with like bills and finances. For others of you, it's just like getting the job done. Some of you work with candy. I don't know who that is. Like maybe like you make your own candy, or like you work in a store. But I feel like for this 10 of like for this winter, Virgos, you've been doing a lot of the work. You've been carrying a lot of the slack on your back. And now it's time for you to either address it or delegate. Because if you keep going like the way that you're going, it's going to be a miserable year for you, Virgo. Like you're going to burn yourself out. So, okay, what does 2024 actually have in store for you right now for Virgos? Like I said, coming up. Okay, you got the Knight of Coins upright. And then you have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Like, that's your second 10, Virgo. So this is going to be a year where you, Lord Jesus. This is going to going to be a big year of chapters closing. 10 comes at the end of the suit, sort of, like the king does as well, but they almost all of them talk about some kind of an ending. I'm going to say that again. So with two of these 10s here, both the 10 of Candles and the 10 of Cups, this is going to be a big year for you, Virgo. Like, when it comes to chapters ending, there could be chapters ending in the way that they keep just saying energy. So like the way that you spend your energy, if you spend all your energy at work, then there could be a chapter ending there. Whereas maybe you were the assistant for X amount of years and you had to do everything by yourself, and now in this new year you're getting some assistance, or you're getting more coworkers. So now that it's split, for others of you, like with the 10 of Cups in reverse, like you're moving out of some kind of illusion. They also said delusion. For some of you, like, this is in a relationship. So like, you are the person in the relationship paying all the bills. You are the person in the relationship, like, cleaning the house and like running the errands and doing everything, where you have no support. And now, like, the mask is being pulled off of this other person to be like, oh no, you are not my Prince Charming. You are not my fairy tale princess. You are not my royal liege. You're like a peasant. Damn. No wonder, like, you can't help me out in this, because you're not cut out for it. You're not who I thought you were. Knight of Coins, Virgos, you are going to be making a lot of moves that have to concern with your finances. I feel like you are, like, they're showing me the feet. So you are going to be moving very slowly. Like, this is going to be, it might feel like a slow moving year for you, but I feel like you're going to utilize that to really set yourself up for success, both now and in the future. It's going to be something sustainable. And that's why this 10 of Cups is so important, because you can see, like, this other person was not, like, they either couldn't help you establish that, or like that's not who they are. I feel like I'm like all up in people's business. But okay. All right. So let me see what the big message is. I just had like 2 cards slide out. Exaltation and Adama. I'm not keeping them. I just wanted to say them in case they come back out. That one flew. Ooh, Mars. Drive, energy, and passion. Yeah. Drive, energy, and passion. You are very much set on like either setting up like a home, or, you know, setting up your comfort, setting up your own sustainability, right? And that's what all of your energy is going toward this year. It feels very positive. It feels like you can utilize Mars. I don't know where Mars is in your chart. You know, maybe that's something that you can keep track of this year. I also don't know if Mars goes retrograde this year. I don't know. I haven't heard. Or like when it goes like retrograde. Anyway, but I just feel like that's a planet, or that's an energy that you can use to bring in this, establish this comfort in your life, both like in the material realm, but also in your own personal energy, just being balanced, just being at home, just being at peace. Okay, so that is it that I'm seeing for you. Virgo, I almost called you like 5 like other signs. If you would like a personal reading, you can go over to my website, Dexxion.com, and if this resonated for you, you can definitely leave me a comment down below. Bye. Libra. I'm seeing a lot of like white and like eggshell for you, Libra. To be honest, I don't quite know what that means. It feels sweet, almost like I'm like a creamer. I don't know if you guys are like drinking a lot of coffee, or maybe this is just a sweet time for you. Look at that, and all these drinks. See, 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups, 8 of Good Cheer. It feels like, okay, for some of you, Libras, you are moving forward in life. Like, you are taking like the next step to either your own self-development, or, you know, achieving a goal or something like that. It feels like very much advancement, and that's where that sweetness is coming from, right? Like, you can like you can taste like the results like of your efforts. Sorry. As you move forward, not everyone is going to be happy for you. There are going to be people who want you to stay in the same position, or just to stay the way that you are. Because I did get, as that sweetness like was there, like they kept saying bitter, or they're like bitter. Some people, so don't be surprised if you post like, hey, I just got this new job, or hey, I'm moving into like my first house, or like a bigger house, or I'm getting a car, something like that. That there won't be a couple of like bitter betties in the background judging you. But I feel like for you, like you're exactly like where you're supposed to be. Maybe this winter really showed you what steps that you need to take in order to better like your life and yourself. And I feel like, again, you're doing it. So great for you. What does 2024 have in store for my Libras? What does 2024 have in store for my Libras? Ooh, you have the Magician. Very much stepping into your power, being able to utilize everything at your disposal to give a great performance. So if you are a singer, right, you're going to use all of your runs, all of your vocal knowledge, all of your knowledge of music. Even it's not just your own like physical like instrument. Maybe like you get in the studio and you like slam on the piano because you've been practicing that, and then, you know, like you have all of these different things that you bring together to give this great product. If this is in, you know, just life, you know, like you're exercising, you're taking care of yourself, you're spiritually fed, you're you know, giving to the community, you know, and all of these things come together to make you a better, powerful person. I just feel like a lot of you guys are really like feeling like you are the commander of your own life. And I usually feel that more with the Emperor, but here it's like you're making it happen. It's like your own energy. Maybe like that sweet light pale color that I was feeling is like your literal magic that I was tapping into, and then that's what you're using like to put out into the world. Some of you are literally just going through ascensions, where like your gifts are coming online, your powers, your purpose, like your destiny, all of that is opening up to you, because it absolutely like depicts that as well. So, okay, all right, Libras. What is a big, okay, what's a lesson for you? Jupiter, expansion. I knew it. Expansion, prosperity, and growth. You guys might have one of the most positive messages this year, Libra, just across the board. I mean, you're progressing, you're ascending, you're commanding all of the elements, and now you have expansion. Now you have prosperity and growth, the literal planet Jupiter. And I'm recording this one. I started recording on Wednesday, but now that I got to your reading, it's now Thursday, which is a Jupiter day. So the sky's the limit for you, like literally Libra. I don't have much else to say other than you're going to be growing and progressing. Your finances is going to be growing and progressing. Your spiritual self, your mental self, your emotional, all of that. You have great potential this year. So definitely utilize it. Okay? Keep growing. Keep adapting. Keep moving. Stay open. And honestly, I don't feel like there's a lot that can hold you back. It might be year of the Libra. So good luck. That's all that I'm seeing for you, Libra. Gosh, like that was a great reading. If this resonated with you, you can feel free to leave me a comment, share some of that good energy. And if you want a private reading, you can go over to my website, DexxionDust.com. Bye. Okay, Scorpio. They showed me a kind of like a waterfall, but it's mostly ice. I feel like some of you have been, certain emotions are starting to flow right now for you, Scorpio. It could be like the holiday season. It could be, gathering around family, because that always does it for me. But there's been a kind of emotional unleashing for you. So let me see if I can get a card. Ooh, King of Canes. You know what this reminded me of? And what they said? They said letting the choppa sing. And Cat Williams just put out, was just in a very explosive interview with Shannon Shea. And I feel like you guys are very much in the same position where you're not holding anything back. You're just telling the truth, you're telling it how it is, and there's nothing that you are mincing, right? This is very healthy for you. I heard ego. Don't get caught up in your ego. Don't get caught up in perceptions. Just tell your truth, okay? Just speak from your heart, okay? But this is very healing for you. It's very healing for your heart space. I would say if you know that you're going to have a big conversation, a conversation with someone, I would do some kind of a grounding exercise or a breathing exercise beforehand, just to make sure that you're calm and you don't get swept up in all of those feelings. But I feel definitely for this winter season, Scorpios, you have been letting people know exactly how you feel and how you've been feeling. So I'm going to see what 2024 is going to bring for you. And you have the Emperor. And you have the Four of Swords. Yeah, you are really taking command. They said taking command of your life, of your narrative, of your position. You're not allowing people to rule you. You're very much stepping into your own power. Maybe this is you getting older. Maybe you have become a parent. They actually kept saying uncle. Some of you are now getting nieces and nephews, and now you're kind of being pushed into that more authoritative state. But you're doing it with honesty. You're doing it with integrity. I don't feel like I don't feel like you're being cruel. Like even with this truth, this unburdening happening for you, Scorpio, I feel like you're doing it with integrity. This is giving you this is giving you a lot of mental peace. This year is really for establishing a solid foundation for yourself. Scorpios, the Emperor is all about structure. It's all about establishing, you know, routines, functions that benefit not just like the royalty, but the whole entire kingdom. The Four of Swords is also about rest. It's about peace of mind. And I feel like that's what you are setting up in your life, like this whole entire year, Scorpio. This is a year for you really making your own domain, both like in yourself, in your energy, but also in your physical space as well. This is also, I wanted to say, because Emperor is for, and then this is like the Four of Swords. Like this, it's not going to be like a crazy exciting year, but again, it's going to be a year where you build a lot of foundation for yourself. You build a life that brings you a lot of peace. That keeps coming back up. Building a life for peace, for your mental peace. I like it. Okay, and the big lesson you have is disillusion, emotional What did I say? What was the first thing I said for you, Scorpio? Yes. Clearing out your emotional closet. There might have been some badgers in there. Okay, there might be some spiders, might be some scorpions lurking in the midst of that. But as you clean out all of that stuff, like as you let the people know, as you let your choppa sing, it is doing you a world of good. I feel like the person that you're now, like the way that you feel, like the way that you reflect on things is going to be completely different by the time that we get it like back to the winter of 2025. Like you're going to be in a completely different stance, a completely different state, and it's going to be for the better. And it's only going to allow you to have more power in your life, establishing your life. Beautiful message. All right, Scorpio. That is it that I'm seeing for you. If this resonated, definitely let me know in the comments. And if you would like a personal reading, you can go over to my website, DexxionDusk.com. Bye. All right, Sag, welcome into your reading. You are the last ones up. So I'm going to see where your energy has been like this winter, where we're starting at. What can you tell me for my Sagittariuses? Ooh, Ace of Candles in reverse. And it's funny because right before this came out, I saw like something in flames. It felt like, you know, really artistic people where they make like a phoenix, but most of the phoenix is like a fire and you only see like the head or like maybe a claw or like a wing. That's kind of what I saw. Kind of like the lace. If this lace like was actual flame, like that's kind of what it looked like. So it's interesting that we have like a lack of fire or a lack of energy here with the Ace of Candles. Maybe you guys suffer from like seasonal like depression, or maybe it's been really cloudy, or you've felt very unmotivated this winter season, Sagittarius. But I have a feeling that that's going to be a gift for you. Like that's something that's going to be sent to you. Particularly if you work with any like fire deities or like energies, so like phoenixes or dragons or salamander spirit, you know, Vulcan, any of those. I feel like you're going to be sent some kind of like energy, some kind of fire. So what does 2024 have in store for Sagittarius, for my Sagittariuses? Ooh, you got Thor, King of Swords. Interesting. Scorpio also got the King of Swords, but it was in a different deck. So something that you're going to be motivated into is speaking. Maybe for you guys, you know, you haven't felt motivated, you haven't been compelled to really go after anything. And then, you know, like you see a argument or you see some kind of like debate and you are like, oh no, like I have to get in there and like pacify, bring peace into this situation. Because the King of Swords is a mediator. They keep saying air though, so I feel like your words, what is this air? It's just like lingering air. I feel like a lot of you guys are either going to be playing peacemaker or keeping the balance in your lives and in the lives of people around you. I feel like you are going to be the truth bringer. You are going to be the one that has to speak up and bring order to chaos. They just keep, and I feel it in my right hand, so I don't know if that's like confirmation for you guys, but there's just like this air, and it's almost like when you blow out a candle and the smoke rises, it only rises like to a certain point and then it kind of stops and like lingers right here. Some of you like will also have to talk about what's either holding you back, like what's holding like your family back, like what's holding your friend group, your community, the world, you know. It might be very plain to you, as if seeing smoke that doesn't rise all the way up, that stops at a certain point. It might be something that's very vivid for you. Or maybe like you have a dream like that or some kind of vision, but I definitely get that you guys are going to be the truth sayers. That's what they keep saying, truth sayers of the year. Okay. Oh, maybe you guys get into like politics. I like politics or like public service, like you run for office. I can definitely see that for you guys. Absolutely see that for you. So what is a lesson? What is a big time lesson for Sagittarius? You got Black Moon Lilith in Pisces. Honor your boundaries. Honor your boundaries. Interesting. So yeah, I feel like with you moving into this position of, you know, being someone who tells the truth, being someone who brings peace into chaotic situations, there's going to be people who try to sway you. There's going to be people who try to make you think how they think or get you onto their side. Especially if you're known to have this kind of integrity or to have this character, like they're going to want to use that for their own advantage. So they're just saying, be careful. Don't let other people sway you. Don't let other people's energies or their perceptions sway you, especially if you know that A, like you're telling the truth, and B, you're doing so in a way that still has compassion. Because you can tell the truth and it can be like, oh, well, you know, like, you know that you were adopted. That's why you don't look like none of us. That's a hurtful way to use the truth, right? Instead of saying, okay, well, let's set you down, you know, such and such, you know, like there's just a different way of going about it. So don't let anyone pull you out of, you know, what you know to be true, or what is right. And again, both of those things are very like subjective. So when in doubt, compassionate out. I might start saying that from now on. Thank you, Sagittarius. So it definitely feels like it might be a stormier year for you, both with Thor and then the storms here as well. But I feel like, yeah, I just keep getting the sense that you guys are like going to get into politics, or maybe there's like some protests that happened this year, and you really use your voice to bring the action. So good luck, Sagittarius. Okay, that is all that I'm seeing for you. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can head over to my website, dexxion.com, and you can leave me a comment down below to see if this resonated for you. I will see you guys later this year with more content, more reads, and more check-ins like these. Hopefully like a little bit longer, but we'll see. All right, bye.